Probably one of the best off seasons in the 2020 offseason was the Atlanta Hawks, who took advantage of their young star, Trae Young, being on a cheap deal or the rookie deal. So they were making many moves. This is similar to the Dallas Mavericks with Luka Doncic, and because Luka's only making about $12 million, they're making moves to sign people in the future like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jrue Holiday, and like Victor Oladipo. And today we're going to be looking at the expectations for the Atlanta Hawks. Now before we get started, it would be greatly appreciated if you subscribe to the channel. Here on the Mix channel, we're going to be doing every NBA team, and so I would really appreciate if you join the squad, watch all those videos, because you can see how your team can be a championship favorites or what their goals are, and also for other teams, you know what they are going to do, so you can potentially steal those players so they don't get better, because basketball is a competitive sport and you always want your team to win. Also leave a like because it only takes 1 second, makes a massive difference, and gets my content to other people for the YouTube algorithm. And also leave a comment on your thoughts about the Atlanta Hawks expectations and will they make the playoffs. Now first, we're going to be looking at the offseason moves that the Atlanta Hawks have made. They first started off by signing one of the biggest free agents and the biggest deals, Danilo Gallinari, to a 3-year, $61 million deal. Now this will definitely help them compete now, and I think he's a really good fit because he shoots 40% from 3 on 7 attempts, while also being able to stretch the floor like I said, and being able to create his own offense, which the Hawks definitely need. They then got NBA champion RONDO to a 2-year, $15 million deal. He is a vet and will teach and lower the turnovers for Trae Young, while also being able to make Trae Young be off ball with his elite playmaking. And then they also signed DUNN to a 2-year, $10 million deal. And although he will not provide much offense, he is a defensive stud, and when you have Trae Young, that's needed. And then they signed restricted free agent Bogdanovich to a 4-year, $72 million deal. He is another shot creator to ease Trae Young's offensive role and can play off ball, shooting 37% from 3, demonstrating that he is a good shooter. His shot creation is elite, and he can also catch and shoot very well. They also picked, with the 6th pick in the draft, Onyeka Okongwu, who is a versatile player. I would have rather have Tyrese Halliburton, but because I don't really like the fit of Okongwu with already CAPELA, John Collins, and Gallinari now, but I think that because Okongwu is very similar to Bam Adebayo, I think he can also have a very similar path to Bam Adebayo. There was Hassan Whiteside for 3 years in Bam Adebayo's role, and Clint Capella has 3 years left on his deal, similar to Hassan Whiteside. So maybe Bam can be behind Hassan Whiteside like what happened in real life, and then we can have Okongwu taught by Clint Capella. Now, those are the offseason moves, and let's look at some potential trades. Now, with the signing of Gallinari, what now for John Collins? I know that John Collins is 23 years old, puts up 22 and 10 points, and 10 rebounds, and I think that they actually might be wanting to move on to him. I think he's a really good fit with Trae Young with his athleticism, shooting, finishing, mid-range, rebounding, athleticism, all of that stuff, but why did they sign Gallinari then? So I think that they want Gallinari over John Collins, because John Collins is a restricted free agent next year and he wants an extension. Him and Gallinari cannot play the 3. Gallinari has kind of shifted to a 4. He used to be able to play the 3, but not anymore, and neither of them can play the 5. And I think John Collins is on the move. Now, here's an idea. I don't think this is very going to happen, but I have the San Antonio Spurs receiving Tony Snell for salary purposes and John Collins, where the Atlanta Hawks receive DeJounte Murray. Now, I don't think, like I said before, this will happen, but I haven't seen anyone on YouTube make a John Collins deal, so this is just an idea. The Hawks get a really good defensive player. He's 6'5" and can probably play the 2 guard. And the Spurs are loaded at the guards position with people like Lonnie Walker, Derek White, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, and those other people. And so they get a 23-year-old, 22, 10 rebounds on 40% three-point percentage to cover the floor. I like this deal, but comment down below your ideas below. Now, if they don't make that John Collins deal, I think that defense is priority. If Isaac Okoro didn't go to the Cavs at 5, they would have no doubt taken Okoro, the best perimeter defender in the whole draft. Trae Young is a bad defender. Bogdan is a decent defender. DeAndre Hunter, who I think they will start, is a good defender, but he's only one person. John Collins and Gallinari, they're both average defenders, and Clint Capella can hold down the rim, but I still think they need some more perimeter defenders to help them out. I know they got Chris Dunn, and I think that will help a lot, but I think that I think they need a person who can start. So, assuming this deal goes through, the John Collins for the DeJounte Murray deal, they will run a lineup of Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, Danilo Gallinari, and Capella, with the bench of Bogdan Bogdanovic, Kevin Huerter, Chris Dunn, Rajon Rondo, Cam Reddish, and Onyeka Okongwu. And if they want to back up big, they can get Bruno Fernando. And I think this is actually a really good fit. Trae and Gallinari will score, and people like DeJounte, Capella, and Hunter are no offensive liabilities. While off the bench, they have people like Bogdanovic, who can be a scoring 6-man, Rondo and Dunn to defend, Reddish to also score, and Okongwu to hold down the paint. Now for the starting lineup, they have, like I said, Trae Young, Gallinari to score, and then they also have Murray and Hunter, who can guard the best perimeter players on that team, with Capella to hold down the rim. I think that can probably make the playoffs. Now, for the expectations for the Hawks, their expectations are make the playoffs. They want to keep Trae Young happy because you always want your superstars to be happy. They want to have a winning environment and culture, and I think that the Hawks are making good moves for that. They must use the star they have on a cheap deal to take advantage of that. I like the moves of Gallo, Bogey, Rondo, and Dunn, and they are competing with teams like the Orlando Magic, Charlotte Hornets, Washington Wizards, Indiana Pacers, and Chicago Bulls. And I think that the Hawks are very deep. Now, I'm not sure if they can make the playoffs because their defense is atrocious, but if they get some more perimeter defenders, and especially if they make that DeJounte Murray deal, I think that they can no doubt make the playoffs. Now, for the expectation series, we're also going to be looking at the floor and ceiling. And the ceiling for the Atlanta Hawks is a 7 seed, because the Bucks, Raptors, Celtics, Sixers, Nets, and Heat are going to be better than them, no doubt, unless there's an injury. And the Pacers are always underrated, so I think that the ceiling is a 7 seed if the Pacers are bad, or the 8 seed if the Pacers make it to the playoffs. And then their floor is actually the 12th seed, because the Pistons, Cavs, and Knicks are all going to be worse to them. But like I said, the Magic, Hornets, Wizards, Pacers, Bulls, they still have a chance to be better than the Hawks if their defense is bad. They can score 150 points all a game, but if they let go 151 points a game, they lose. And I think that defense is going to be a real problem. And if they fix the defense, I think that they can no doubt make the playoffs. So yeah, that's going to be the video for the expectations for the Atlanta Hawks. If you comment down below your expectations for your favorite team, I've already done the 76ers and the Nuggets, so check those videos out too. And remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts, and I'll see you all next time.